Hello my fellow gods and goddesses, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and today is going to be the first episode of Mythical Makeup, and for this episode we will be doing Zeus, the god of the sky and thunder, and pray that I don't make a Lightning McQueen joke in this entire video. This is my second time filming this because I filmed the entirety of it without my mic, so I'm in a great mood, which conveniently is a perfect mood for me to talk about Zeus, my favorite Olympian god. Let's get started. Okay, I wanted to dress for the occasion, but I didn't have a shirt with a giant penis on it, so instead I thought this would do perfectly. I am going to go in with a light pink color. I'm using Libra in the Zodiac palette. Let's start off with the basics. Zeus is the god of the sky as well as the god of thunder, and my own personal title I like to attribute him, the god of horniness, because there is genuinely no other god who would go to such lengths in order to get his dick wet. It's truly amazing in and of itself, and he deserves to be recognized for it. I don't know what to say. Even his son, conveniently, of course it's his son, Dionysus, the god of orgies, who we all know and love. We love a gay icon. Even Dionysus, the god of orgies, does not compare to just the sheer and utter horniness of his father. It's truly a talent at this point. Ooh, I got cotton out like a bitch. Zeus isn't the only one who's thirsty. My god, I'm choking. Zeus is the son of Kronos and Rhea. Don't know the story. Kronos is quite the father of the year. There has never been and never will be a greater father figure in all of history. He learned that really his children in general were going to usurp him. And like his father before him, he went to great lengths in order to prevent that from happening. So much lengths that he decided that the most logical way to prevent, him from losing his power was, of course, to, eat his children. Obviously, the most logical solution. I don't know about you guys, but sounds pretty valid to me. As soon as Rhea gave birth, Kronos would immediately swallow them. Quite frankly, Rhea kind of got tired of it, which also valid. Watching your children get swallowed up by your husband is it definitely points for marriage counseling. She got sick of it and decided that enough was enough. And when Zeus was born, she devised a plan where she was going to replace him with a stone. So as soon as Rhea gave birth, she hid the child away and replaced him with a stone. And of course, Kronos, being the ever so observant titan that he is, just simply took up the stone and swallowed it. A key to a man's heart is a full stomach, right? Meanwhile, Zeus was tucked away and lived amongst a group of nymphs. And once he gained his strength, he needed to devise a plan to usurp his father. And his first wife, Metis, is actually the one who devised such a plan. She came up with the idea for Zeus to feed his father poisoned wine, which then caused him to throw up all of his brothers and sisters, and we got just a gorgeous family reunion. I personally am touched. I don't know about you guys. And that caused the Titanomachy, aka the War of the Gods and the Titans. Now, of course, Metis doesn't get credited for basically saving the Olympian gods because, you know, patriarchy. Instead, she is lost to time, but she does become the mother of Athena, which is pretty badass, and we will get to her more on my Athena video. After all the wars, there was the Titanomachy, and then there was also war with the giants, which happened shortly after because Gaia, Zeus's grandmother, was pretty pissed off that Zeus decided to imprison all of her children, which, valid. Let's talk about Zeus's first act of assholery. He's a little salty about his father, right? I mean, which is totally understandable. I mean, all of his brothers and sisters are being eaten by his dad. Like, you think you have problems at Thanksgiving dinner? Like, come on. His siblings were Thanksgiving dinner. It's not a great family dynamic. I understand being mad, but like the other Titans, they didn't eat them. They didn't eat their children. They probably thought it was pretty weird too. They were probably like, Kronos, is that really what we're doing now? Zeus just like takes it out on all of them. And not only does he imprison all of them, but he takes all of their powers and gives them to himself and all of his siblings. And that's where you know the true motives of him. It wasn't because he was trying to save his brothers and sisters. No, he just wanted all of the power for himself. So that's just messy. That's good with the eyes for now. Let's move on to the face. Mario Badescu, please sponsor me. I love you so much and you saved my dry skin. To go in with the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation because I'm too lazy to wet my beauty blender. Love that for me. Anyways, after all the wars, Zeus and the Olympians build their palace on Olympus. Thus, you know, getting their name. And there he distinguishes all of his siblings and his children and gives them all their domains. Hades gets the underworld, Poseidon gets the sea, Demeter gets the harvest, etc., etc. If you guys didn't know, Hera was not Zeus's first wife, or his second, or his third. He had many wives before her. The first being Metis, which I talked about, who would birth Athena, and we'll get into the hypocrisy of that again in Athena's video because truly the apple does not fall far from the tree in the parenting department in Greek mythology. Then there was Demeter, who gave him Persephone, and then there was Leto. Oh well Leto wasn't his wife, but she was a nymph, and she gave him Artemis and Apollo. Then eventually came Hera, who he actually gained via trickery. Hera gave him Hephaestus. Oh wait, I forgot one. Hermes. Hermes was from Maya, something like that. And then Hera gave him Hephaestus and Ares. And if anything is Zeus's brand, it's deception and rape. He, let's put it lightly, lies, cheats, and rapes almost every single semi-attractive woman in Greek mythology. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here because Zeus is not the first and certainly not the last individual in Greek mythology to not appreciate lines of consent, alright? And it is all over the board, all across the board. But Zeus's track record is just incomprehensible. Zeus's track record is so bad that even the college system in America would be forced to suspend him from attending their universities. Let's talk about just how far this man will go in order to get what he wants. He has disguised himself as a cuckoo, which I don't know what the fuck a cuckoo is, but I certainly don't want to find out. He has disguised himself as a swan. He has disguised himself as a bull, as a shepherd. This man has disguised himself as a cloud. Oh yes, you heard me correctly. A cloud. I told y'all he was the god of horniness, right? Like, how much do you need the coochie so much that you even think of disguising yourself as a cloud? It's beyond me. It's true. I have no words. Do you have words? Because quite frankly, I'm tired. That's not even the worst of it, because the story gets worse. Let's just get into that while I contour my face. He wants to bed Io, and Io is a priestess for Hera. You heard me correctly. She is a servant of his wife, and he just cannot help himself. He decides to disguise himself as a cloud in order to trick his wife. He then turns back into himself, rapes Io, and then, because again, he can't have Hera know, of course, because he knows it's wrong, but his urges are he just can't say no. So he turns Io into a cow so Hera will not sin. Hera, lovely and compassionate goddess of motherhood that she is, knows all of this because Zeus is quite frankly terrible at keeping secrets. She tells Zeus that she wants Io as a gift, and of course Zeus, being the ever perfect husband that he is, gives her what she wants. She takes Io as a cow, and she then curses Io to live her life that way for the rest of days as an animal that her husband turned her into after raping her, as punishment for being raped. I probably would have done it differently, but that's Greek mythology for you. I am ranting so much that I haven't even told you like the meaning behind what I'm even doing, so I apologize. I'm sorry. This just, if you couldn't tell, I'm very salty about this subject. Zeus, his colors are associated with purple and gold because he is the king of the gods, and his symbols are the lightning bolt, the eagle, and the oak tree. I can't put a tree on my face, nor can I put a bird on my face, but I can attempt to draw a lightning bolt on my face. Keyword is try. I did it the first time, so let's see if I can do it again. Do these match at all? No. Does Zeus deserve perfection? No. Now I'm going to do my highlight. I'm going to get the CoverFX drops in Moonlight to blind the gods. Oh, it's so funny. Well, while I'm doing this, I have to draw it back to Percy Jackson, because would it be an Aphrodite Reads video without referencing Rick Riordan's masterpiece? I don't think so. You guys might be wondering, well, Heather, if Zeus is such a horny bastard, why is cabin 1 uninhabited? And that, my friends, is because Rick Riordan has a hilarious sense of humor. When I say that Rick Riordan's humor and his subtleties is truly the most beautiful masterpiece in the entire world, and I have Michelangelo right next to me and on my body forever, so it's truly incredible how ironic the fact that Zeus, a man notorious for infidelity and affairs and illegitimate children, his cabin is simply for decorum and not for any use. And that is not because children of the big three are too powerful. No. That is because Chiron and Dionysus would physically be unable to keep up with the amount of children that would invade Camp Half-Blood if it were realistic to how many children this man had. It would be worse than an invasion of monsters. Camp Half-Blood would cease to exist if all of the illegitimate children of Zeus showed up at the gate of Camp Half-Blood. That would be the camp's downfall, not monsters, none of that. Psh. They got Percy and Annabeth, it's alright. An invasion of Zeus's illegitimate children. No one can prepare for that. I really don't want to put on lashes. I'm just gonna put on mascara and see if I can get away with putting on lashes, because for the first damn video, it was just so much damn work. And I really don't want to go through that again. My sanity cannot handle it. Alright, so I'm going to do some finishing touches. I may or may not put on lashes, and I'm going to put on my lips, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, so I didn't end up putting on lashes because I'm a lazy bitch and I just couldn't be bothered. But this is the finished look. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit messy, but Zeus is messy, so on brand. And I didn't teach you guys anything, so this whole video is kind of trash, but I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed it anyways. I hope my saltiness was at least a bit entertaining, and if it wasn't, then I don't know what to tell you, because you stayed all the way to the end, so sounds like you need to reevaluate your priorities. Thank you guys for watching so much. If you guys liked this video, feel free to leave a like and a comment below, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on more mythical makeups with me. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!